Yeah, that I think is gonna be the case. You know, DK naturally does okay against the Monkey King, even if it's a carry MK. You're sure gonna be getting those boundless or Jingu stacks, but the DK has enough armor to somewhat survive through that one. Level 1 2 he's going to be completely fine. Level 3 he gets the double point in the Dragon's Blood, so it's not that much of a problem. Of course he's going to be struggling in terms of CS. That is where the problem arises, and of course if the DP is there, it's even more of an issue. So I'm not sure if Patriots can flex this Dragonite. As far as I know, Mamang Dai has played it in the past when playing for Army Geniuses.
Yeah, they can give it to Delul as well in the offlane. They really don't mind who plays it, whether it's position 2, position 3. So Patriots do show the flexibility with this hero.
See now, so Lilgun, they ban out the AA. With the AA being banned, I'm kind of leaning towards the Death Prophet being a core here. You know, a support DP wouldn't mind a position 5 being picked up against it. And Monkey, he has some lifesteal if it is a core, but I'm kind of leaning towards the DP here being a core, to be honest. I don't see another reason for banning out the AA unless you want to pick something like a Wisp or a Huskar, and this DP is just a distraction.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I wonder if Patriots even consider banning out the Huskar. I'm pretty sure we've seen multiple times now when Lilgun's playing, teams just, they don't want a bar of the Huskar. They'll just ban it out in the second phase. They want to make sure that there is no cheese that come out, and of course Lilgun, they're well known for their cheese.
That is the thing that we keep bringing up, is that these guys tend to bring out some weird heroes. Interestingly for them, they don't play the Meepo. I think that would be a great addition to their hero pool that would make drafting against them a bit harder, and it's much easier to get a hold of how to play the Meepo than just the classic tier 1 Dota that they're trying to get a hang of right now and not really being too successful. But right now, Patriots, they have their ban, and I'm really leaning towards that Huskar ban. I think it would be a smart move, given that both the Dragonite and the Grimstroke, they don't really offer much against the hero.
Team pick.
No. Timber Band, they like their Chaos Knight a lot. I wonder if they're going to consider going to this, or at least maybe another strength hero for Patriots.
Might be the case. The CK is not bad at all. Monkey King deals okay-ish with illusion-based heroes, especially the ones that do a ton of physical damage. You get a Scotty, you stand your ground in the Wukong's command, you're gonna be fine. But also, the CK could pull him out of the arena as well, and we don't know if it's a carry Monkey King or a support. So I'm actually quite okay with the CK, though there is a good chance with the way that tier 2 teams usually draft that they get a support right now. And yeah, there it is. So Hoodwink, that's now a lot of potential to blow someone up. I think Lilgun should go for a saving support. If they want to put the DP as a core, pick up an Oracle right now, and it's gonna be amazing. Like literally amazing.
10 seconds remaining.
I even would like a Shadow Demon. It's a pseudo saving support with the banishment.
5 seconds
I think the Oracle is definitely a better pairing with the DP, but I think just Shadow Demon as a whole and what he's able to provide the team and a lineup in general, I think it's very undervalued. I don't know why teams are not playing the Shadow Demon as much. I think I said Shaman if I did. Yeah, I don't know. Shadow Demon, I'm a huge fan of this hero. So they're going to go Mars at the moment for Lilgun. So we see kind of the swap from Lilgun, though. These at least first 3 heroes is a lot of team fight. Wukong's, Exo, and Arena compared to Patriots. Their lineup really relies on having map control and blowing one hero up, getting the numbers advantage, and just swarming over the remaining heroes.
Considering you're playing against DP, which is a hero that usually makes its presence known before the fight starts, just because you want to push it in, I actually like that Patriots have this this kind of a lineup, you know, that is gonna blow her up, because if you blow up the DP, these two, sure, you have some team fight, but you're not going to have enough damage to kill everyone, and you're going to get overwhelmed at some point. So, Lilgun, I'd like them to go with something that can actually help the Mars a bit in a sense of bursting people down. If it is not a Death Prophet as a core, if it is a support, get a mid laner that is actually doing a ton of damage, that can finish off heroes, and that can play with the Mars on the back of just the Spear and the God's Rebuke, not the Arena as well.
Snapfire is something they could consider. I know it's a hero that's also undervalued. But they're going to go a different route here, going for Sanctity's Ember Spirit and keeping the flex open with regards to the Monkey King. I think this is now showing that it will be a position 5 Death Prophet, though.
Yeah, 99% of it. It's
10
Mars in the
seconds
offlane. We don't know if it's a core Monkey King or if it's gonna be position 4. As I
5
mentioned, I
seconds
would
remaining.
rather have a carry Monkey King paired up with a Mars, but in this game in particular, considering you're playing against a team that kind of relies on blinking in and destroying a hero from 100 to 0, having the vision game advantage against them is much more important. So I wouldn't really mind the Monkey King being a position 4, just providing that extra vision. You keep tabs on the Dragonite, and that means your Ember. He's gonna be safe from pretty much everything.
Yeah, I wonder what route Patriots go down now. If you put the DK as a 3, put it as a 2. Honestly, I'd like to see Mumungdai play it just because it has a very good matchup versus the Ember Spirit mid. You've got a big damage advantage in regards to your right click, so it can be very difficult for the Ember to play that lane. And they're going to go for Jikroy Staple. He really likes the Morphling. I'm pretty sure he's level 30 Morphling, Grandmaster. Great matchup versus the Mars. It used to be much better prior, especially with the E-Blade. Of course, that's not a builder anymore for the Morphling, but you can get out of Arena. You can put it mid
10
versus the
seconds
Ember if you
remaining.
want to. I don't think they will, but it is
Dire team
always
back.
something that you can do. Morphling dumps is that matchup.
Yeah, the only bad thing about the Morphling here is if he's laning against the Mars. I always emphasize it, the Stray Spear when you're morphing into agility, just to use the salve, a Tango or something. A Stray Spear
10
can kill you.
seconds
That's something that people tend to make mistakes with, but as you said, he has a billion
5
games on the
seconds
Morphling, should
remaining.
be fine. I actually would be kind of okay with him laning against the Ember Spirit, considering that Patriots do have the last pick. That would be amazing, and this is just a great Morphling game. You're playing against the Ember, so you want to have a Manta. You're playing against the DP, you want to have a Manta as well. Morphling is one of those heroes who can build into both the Manta and the BKB. It just so happens if you can stand your ground and dish out the attacks, you're gonna have enough damage throughout the fight. And of course, there's so much lockdown coming out from Patriots, the stun from the DK, the Bushwhack, the
Radiant's
Dinks. Well,
team back.
there is no but the Morphling is not an AoE hero. He pretty much kills the one that he
Radiant
targets. So it's another compliment to their incredible burst on the side of Patriots.
And they're a little bit indecisive right now, I suppose, from Patriots, at least in regards to what the roles are going to be from Lilgun. They ban out Mirana, so position 4, and they ban out the Anti-Mage. So just looking to protect the
10
Morphling. At
seconds
least I
remaining.
imagine Jikroy is saying this is the one hero I really can't play into,
5
so
seconds
he won't
remaining.
have to in a game like this. For me, I'm looking for a position 4 on Lilgun. I think you just need something to tie this lineup together, a range 4 that offers a little bit more control.
Yeah, that would be nice. Mirana really would have been awesome. Actually, a Skywrath Mage might come to mind. It's not a control hero, but it is something that goes well with the Mars, just to destroy a hero, and then you can easily go forward. Though, I'm not sure. There are multiple ways to approach this. Monkey King isn't the worst matchup into the Morphling, but isn't the best. He's going to do well in the laning phase, but I guess that could be the way for Lilgun. You win the lanes. Ember is going to be okay in the mid lane. The Monkey King is going to do well in the safe lane. Mars naturally lanes well pretty much against anything. The Grimstroke and the Morphling really won't be that big of a difference. And then on the back of the laning phase, you just start running towards the enemies before the Morphling is ready. You fight the DK every time he comes to push the tower. Actually, I'd be okay with both routes, but whatever happens, whatever Lilgun picks, I want them to have a chance to be aggressive with their carry hero.
I'm still looking for like a stat fire or something like that for Kishko. I really would like it. I don't.
Dire team pick.
Let's see. What do they go for? They're Ursa, so they go completely on a different route in regards to a carry. You just put the Dragonite as a 2 now to lane into Ember, and you go for like a ranged 3. So it's very interesting that they picked the Ursa, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it
10
is a good
seconds
Morphling
remaining.
counter. He destroys the Hoodwing and the Grimstroke in a second,
5
so it's not that big of a deal.
seconds
If you catch people with the Mars, he is definitely going to be ripping them apart. It is an aggressive hero, allows you to go for Roche. In my mind, Lilgun, they have a well-rounded lineup. Sure, the only thing is that the laning phase might suffer for them right now if Patriots can adjust accordingly. I mean, Monkey King and the Mars, not the greatest of lanes, and they'll go for the Razor. That's the That's a great one to lane either against the Ursa or the Ember, but it's gonna be the Lul Razor. We've already seen it multiple times. I have to say, uh, I see merit to both lineups, but I'm afraid for Lilgun in their laning phase. I really am. Even though it looked super strong at the start, now I'm actually afraid for it because Monkey King Mars, not that great. Death Prophet Ursa, not so awesome. And the Dragonite is going to do well against the Ember Spirit. So if Lilgun can delay this, sure, it's going to be great. But in my mind, Patriots could just snowball this one out of control.
Yeah, I think in regards to just this last pick, Delul's going to have a very good lane versus Ursa, like you said. But Ursa is one of the better carries against the Razor just because you get a lot of your damage from stacks. So it is not as much of a concern if you lose your damage from static link. But that is, of course, as the game goes on, you mainly pick this Razor because of the lane. Because Lilgun, they wanted the Ursa to lane into the Dragonite to bully him, slow down the blink timing. But we were mentioning through the entirety of the draft that this is something that Patriots have in their arsenal. You can flex the DK mid. He's going to have a good time versus the Ember. And you go for a ranged offlane, which they do. My concern is that Patriots with a Morphling Grimstroke lane, I feel like if Lilgun just bully the Grimstroke and put him really low in resources, then Morphling won't have a support to stand in front of him and just tank up a lot of the damage. So often we see like a range carry paired with a melee support just to be that bodyguard. So that is my concern right now for Patriots with their safe lane.
When you think of a Mars versus the Grimstroke lane, the Mars hates that lane because if you go aggressive and you don't get a kill, which with the Monkey King it's a hard thing to do, the turn you have nothing to respond to the turnaround, and if the enemies go for you with the Inkswell, you have to use your aggressive spells, your farming spells to push them back so that you can survive. So I think that it's gonna be quite fine. The Morphling, once he gets level 3, he's not gonna be in any kind of trouble. You have a mobility spell to combo with the Inkswell. Mars is gonna have to be very conservative with his spell usage, and the Monkey King is a melee hero, so 2 melees against 2 ranges. I don't think that the Patriots are gonna be too concerned about the harass and about the Grimstroke taking some unnecessary damage.
Well, one thing you were bringing up in the draft was that you saw angles for both roles for the Monkey King. Like playing him as a 1 with a Mars gives you really nice synergy with the arena into the Wukong's command, but playing him as a support means that you can put a lot more emphasis on the vision game. Because Patriots at the moment, they're relying on this pickoff. It's going to be Mamung Dai jumps into the Inkswell, into the sharpshooter, blow up a hero, and then go from there. So the fact that you do have a Kishka Monkey King is really going to give a big advantage to Lilgun and how they can scout out these fights.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with what you said. Like I said, the only problem I have with Lilgun's draft is that they could lose the lanes, and then when you lose the lanes, the enemies have better vision and all of it falls apart. You know, wherever the Monkey King goes, you easily catch him. But some fighting on the runes shouldn't be... Oh, Kishka is actually gonna get the Jingu stacks. That's a good start to the lane for him.
This seems like a pretty scary lane bottom. Like a stun paired with a Razor. We're just seeing right now how they're bullying 4-2-3 out of the lane.
He might have to TP. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Nicely done by them. And
Ace 12? Jesus, alright. Well, now the support has to pop a self, so that's a huge win.
Does he have the money to bring out one immediately? He's only getting the tangos out. This is already gonna be a problem for the bottom lane. Luckily for them is that there isn't much to secure the range creep for the side of Patriots. They're gonna pull the lane back. This bottom lane is already gonna be a struggle for Lilgun.
Yeah, and look, Lim blocks the small camp as well, and Dire even have their hard camp. So this bottom lane it can really snowball out of control pretty fast with the start that Patriots have gotten. Okay, that's a lot of damage on Delul. Runs through a Equip Swarm along with the Earthshock, so you'll take that.
Yeah, the way that you play this lane is that you try to keep the Razor as low as possible, even if it would mean death for the Death Prophet. I think it's worth it because the Ursa that way will be getting a decent amount of farm. So there's gonna be a lot of harassment here. When it comes to finishing off heroes, both of the teams are kind of lacking in that department, but as levels start ramping up, it's gonna be easier and easier to bring people down.
We'll see how this mid lane is shaping up. 7-3 on Sanctity compared to the 6-1. The beautiful thing about this matchup and why it is DK favored is because the Dragonite, he can go stats. He can build double bracer. And it's actually top lane. Jikroy might find the kill on Kishka. Trying to juke through the trees, but one more right click from the Morphling is able to secure our first blood in game 1 as Jikroy is already off to a flying start.
And that's a level 2 Morphling that is getting kills. Bottom lane, there's a fight as well. Ursa?
Oh, he ticked out the Plasma. Now they're even going to get ace 12, so we would... Oh no, Harry Freak, we were literally just speaking about that. This bottom lane can really start to snowball out of control, and now that Delor gets a double kill, he's got Boots and the Wraith Band coming out in the corridor.
Okay, luckily for Lilgun is that the range creeps of Patriots don't die, so they're gonna be pushing in this lane. If, let's say, 1 or 2 range creeps died there, if Patriots were able to pull that creep wave back a little bit, despite getting the kills, it would have been a...
Top lane, Jikroy.
A disaster.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to go down. It does, in fact, in our mid lane. Sanctity's fallen pretty low as well, but not enough mana from among die. One more swipe. No, okay, Sanctity.
He has to wait the flame guard.
Ooh, that's way too close for comfort, Sanctity. Oh, my guy's playing with fire. God.
He's an Ember Spirit. He knows how to do it, you know. And no mana on Mamang Dai means that he can definitely get out, survive through this. But the thing is, he's not going to be getting any last hits until this bottle comes. Luckily for him, the courier is flying. No, it's actually a healing salve. This is... He already has the bottle. Okay, this is not looking good, especially with water not being there soon.
Are they gonna dive? Delor wants to kill and he finds it with one more swipe.
He's gonna die.
It'll cost him his life. I think he's okay with that. He wanted to reset in the resources. Now back to top we go as Kishka is falling lower and lower as the nukes come through along with the waveform and the stroke of fate as Patriots are off to a flying start in this game 1.
Yeah, we're having a much more aggressive approach from both of these teams than we had from Nigma Galaxy, who kind of managed to slow down the game against Lilgun in both of the games, at least when it comes to the laning stage. But now Jikroy is level 3. This Morphling is going to be a very tough hero to kill. Maybe a boundless strike from the tree line into a spear might kill him, but I don't think that UK is going to be allowing that to happen. So this top lane for Lilgun, it's going to be tough. And... UK or Kishka, what is he doing? Okay, he's dying.
That's exactly what he's doing. Jikroy doesn't have waveform to close the distance, but UK with the right clicks will get the kill nonetheless. So, and oh man, because the Morphling's not good at the early levels. Like level 1, level 2, you're really not the strongest laner. Now once you're able to get all the extra levels in the attribute shift, that's when the Morphling can start to be almost a lane dominator in a way. If you're off to a flying start, and in some lane matchups you can just solo zone out the offlaners, and this is a concern.
It's definitely a concern. You know, you look at your lineup, the Monkey King doesn't scream lane domination, especially not against 2 ranged heroes. So just let the Morphling have his lane. You're gonna deal with him later on. You know, the Ursa versus the Morphling matchup, it's good for the Ursa. It's not like you have to destroy this Morphling in the laning phase. You have other ways to deal with him. But Lilgun, they get a little bit too ahead of themselves, and because of it, they're gonna be struggling. The Morphling, he has only 12 CS, so at least that is going their way. You know, despite the kills, it's still not the worst thing in the world.
Why is the Ursa Morphling matchup favored for the Ursa?
Because you get his mana down so easily. The Morphling starts morphing into the strength, and then the Ursa Fury swipes. They don't only do huge damage, they do massive amounts of damage just because you're losing the armor, and the Ursa is doing more and more damage with each swipe, you know. Okay. So it's pretty much you get 2-shotted. You're like, I have 1000 HP, but you have like 5-6 swipes on you, and you just die in 2 of those because you have no armor. So that is the main reason.
So it's, you feel like it's every time you go this Diffusal Blade build into the Morphling?
I think right now you will always go for the Diffusal Blade anyways, but Kishka again going to okay, nice mischief there. Might actually save his life.
Oh, well, might notice. Jikroy is doing way too much damage early on, and now mid lane we got some aggression out as well. Mamang Dai paired with Lim. Beautifully done from Patriots. They've secured bottom, so Lim feels free enough to make some rotations, just helping out Mamung Dai with the Elder Dragon form and the catapult. They won't get crazy amount of damage in the tower, but hang on a second. Ursa's back in the jungle. Oh no.
He's a bear, you know. He belongs there inside of the woods, and the problem is that there's an annoying squirrel there as well. So you place a ward, you keep tabs on the Ursa. If the Ursa is in the jungle, you're in the mid lane once the DK has his form. If Ursa starts running towards the bottom lane, you are immediately there with the hoodwink. So this is just amazing from Lim. He's gonna be seeing everything. He can allow the Ursa to farm in the jungle a little bit if they can kill the Death Prophet. If they can't kill the Death Prophet, I'd rather he keeps annoying the Ursa.
You're welcome.
Why? Oh, bottom lane. A little easy kill. 84 damage. They got the catapult still. So this tower's actually going to take a bit of a beating here. So Patriots not even requiring Mamung Dai's Elder Dragon form to do a lot of damage to the tower. Very nicely done. They'll even keep the catapult away. So I don't know what you do from Lilgun. Ursa can't play bot. Death Prophet's probably going to come back and soak some experience. He's level 5, so they're not going to have to give the Death Prophet the tome as... Oh, actually top lane. Apologies 11. First arena gets the kill on Jikro. That's a huge kill because now they can move this over to UK. He's going to play with the Inkswell on the creep wave. A nice little crafty attempt from UK to get some distance. Without the Boundless Strike to hold them back, but the slows from the Orb of Venom still proving to be an issue. He can sidestep the spear and will make it away safely.
I'd say beautifully done there by the Monkey King and the Mars. They comboed the Boundless Strike into a spear perfectly. In my mind, the arena wasn't even needed, but you don't want to risk anything. So you were thinking about what Lilgun do. Well, you still have a Mars and the Ember Spirit. These two heroes, they do a ton of damage, and they can get kills around the map, especially on the squishier heroes like the Grimstroke and the Hoodwink. The problem is, without the arena, Mamung Dai now feels super confident going for the tower, and Ember Spirit might even be in some trouble.
Should be able to... Oh, no. Too late on the Remnant. Now the chain control for the pushback afterwards. Sanctity biting off more than he can chew. And now Kishka joining the fight. They tip him before he dies. Oh, salt added to the wound. Mamung Dai up. He's got plenty of time left on the Elder Dragon form to beat into the tier 1.
It only makes sense they tip him beforehand, you know. Once he dies, he's not really gonna be able to get that one, and you know, he did help them quite a lot. They were hoping only for one kill, and he gave them a nice bonus. And even the tower falls, which leaves the Razor on the bottom lane alone, which means the bottom tower will be taking a good chunk of damage with the big creep wave coming. This is just shaping up to be perfect for the side of Patriots. Other than that Morphling death on the top lane, even the start of the early mid game, the stopping of the laning phase is kind of working out perfectly for him.
Yeah, now Dire are going to have 3 cores in this game. It's not like it's a utility Razor. We've seen often Delul goes into the carry Razor build if he really gets off to a good start. And I'll tell you what, he definitely has done that. 4-1-0, 4,600 net worth on top at the moment for Delul. And he's probably going to get another kill as well. As Kishka instantly, as soon as he pounces into the lane, Delul is able to cancel his tree dance. So there you go. Another kill added to the tally for the offlane Razor.
Yeah, the Monkey King. I don't know what Kishka is doing. I have to say he seems like he doesn't have an idea what to do around the map, and thus he's making some mistakes. Right now, I think Lilgun, the thing that they need to focus on is killing the Razor or the Dragonite when they come to push the tower. The problem, of course, is your tier 1s have already fallen, and it's not gonna be easy to catch them right now. So the next phase of the game is for Patriots to get a blink on the DK, which is quite close, and then you go for these pickoffs with the map being completely open for you. So I wouldn't want to be in the skin for Lilgun right now. They're gonna have to guess where Patriots want to go, or they're gonna have to play together, which is gonna be a big problem in terms of net worth.
I think Lilgun though can look to fight shortly. You're not gonna have Diffusal Blade for that fight. But, oh, they're attempting Roche. Dire had the ward on the high ground, so they're going to say Ace 12. They should know this is going on. They're trying to kill Ember first. Hang on, guys. Roche, they're going to be too late. Oh, no. Oh, no. Delul's killed off bottom as well. This is... All right, there's your avenue back in for Lilgun.
Okay, I have no idea what Patriots were thinking here. I have no freaking idea.
Gonna move to the triangle.
They're gonna die here.
Yeah, they're lacking damage. They gotta get out. Sanctity is going to swing to the fight. Kills off UK. 423. Granted the gold. You love that. The Ursa now. Look at the net worth. 423's done a very good job after the lane. You level 4 back to the jungle. And with that gold from Roshan, from the kill, he's very close to a good timing on the defusal.
I think the only reasonable thing to assume right now is that Patriots felt a little bit too strong, and they're like, okay, let's give these guys a chance. Let's give them a chance. It doesn't feel well. They've been losing everything. We are the underdogs. They should at least feel like they have a chance. So that is the only possible explanation I have for that play. You let the Razor be on the bottom lane alone. You run around the mid lane, not doing anything. You allow the enemies to get the Roche that they kind of went into next to your ward. We saw that the DP at least wasn't smoked and that her exorcism was out. So Patriots, just so many mistakes that could have been so easily avoided. They could have won the game. They're running to Roche pit, killed the Ursa. GG, it's gone. The Lilgun have no way back, but now they've equalized that amazing laning phase.
Among Die with the blink, jumps straight to the middle, but it's only 2 heroes on Dire, so they're going to be lacking the damage at the moment. It's Ace 12. Will force the combo to break, and Sanctity is going to chain over the side. Delors into the middle. Oh, beautiful bushwhack as soon as 11 enters the fight. He gets the arena, but he doesn't get the combo out before he dies. And this should be a fight that Patriots are able to succeed in. Is off to the right side. Lim focusing down Kishka as the Monkey King has no assist, and Delor gets another corner support, but a double bushwhack again. Lim turning up the heat on the Hoodwink. It's just proving to be too much of an issue. Fortune 3 still gets a kill. There's plenty of damage with the diffuser play, but I don't know if he can do it. Round 2 coming up shortly. 4-2-3 is going to pounce the UK, but he can't sink the claws into UK.
They have to run.
And they're going to do just that, getting out of harm's way. But my, oh my, what an incredible fight for Patriots.
Yeah, it was an incredible fight. They won it for sure. The problem is that this Ursa, man, when he started screaming, roaring towards them, they all started running away. So the one that asserted dominance is going to be 4-2-3, despite his teammates losing the fight. So this Ursa, after the laning phase that he has had, he is back. And in this game in particular, the Ursa is the strongest hero. You have Lilgun, you have good heroes to destroy the Razor, to kill him from 100 to 0. So he's not going to be that much of an issue for the Ursa in itself. You just jump him with the spear, you blow him up, and then we know that the Ursa will not have anyone to challenge him overall. So 4-2-3 is going to be more than happy with how that transpired, given that he survived and the enemies couldn't bring him down twice.
15-7 is the kill count, favoring Patriots. They're going to try and put the bodies down bottom. Jikro has a Lincoln's now completed for the Morphling as well. Lincoln's really not going to block a whole lot this game.
I really thought it's going to be a Manta game.
Jikro? Oh no. They stunned the Monkey King. The poor monkey breaks the trees. They actually want to take the fight though on Lilgun. Morphling's not the easiest kill, especially when you've used all your stuns. And that did Exo waited along with Arena. So, a bit of a heavy commitment where they're unable to convert onto kill is very awkward. And they see the Ember top, so they know he's not in bottom to take the fight. San's going to hold them back. Mameng Dai trying to find a window to jump. Maybe they get the vision onto Kishka. Breathe Fire being able to cancel the tree dance, and Mameng Dai swings on over to get the kill. So, there you go. Nothing crazy, but I think the big thing now with the ultimates on cooldown, this could give a window of opportunity for Patriots to maybe get something more out of the map.
Okay, so this might sound a bit brutal, but there is a reason these teams are at the bottom of the standings. Really, compared to some of the other teams that I'm seeing right now, they're not on the same level. They're making too many mistakes. They're not comboing the heroes properly together. You know, the DK, your main pairing in this game is the Hoodwink, not the Grimster, because the DK provides the stun and you need the damage. That is what you're lacking. And Mameng Dai now goes for the Mars. This is a TP out. He just needs to TP out right now. Okay, he has the blink TP out. It's gonna be okay. So I'm not really sure. Patriots, they have no coordination. Lilgun, they play the laning stage really roughly. So I'm not sure really what to think about these two teams. But they're definitely not looking like they're on the level of some of the other tournaments here at the BTS Pro Series.
They're gonna fight though on Radiant. 4-2-3 is the blink complete. It's gonna jump straight onto UK. There's a 1-2 punch, but he's still gonna be cautious. He might not have an opportunity for the rage as Patriots find the combo. They find the burst through their abilities to get rid of the life of the Ursa, and they are more than happy with that 1-for-1 trade.
You could see there 11 was close, but he just wasn't close enough, and there's just no communication between the players of Lilgun. Ursa goes in, he doesn't even use the enrage. If your teammates are that far behind, you use the enrage immediately when you jump in, so that you know that you're gonna survive long enough for your teammates to help you. So as I'm saying, either these players are a bit tired, they're not feeling themselves today or in the past few days, or they're just not on the level of some of these other teams. But I have to say, I know these players, and they should be playing a bit better. Maybe they're just not that well-oiled of a machine and need a bit more time to play together right now.
Starting to converge to bottom. Kishka, bit of an awkward spot for the Monkey King, but we'll be able to get onto a tree shortly. I gotta give props though to the Monkey King. I know he's died still a couple times after the laning phase, but the fact that 4-2-3 is even able to assemble a decent game, second in net worth, blink diffuser blade, actually wants the orb of corrosion, so interesting timing for that. But yeah, the fact that the Ursa's even actually got a decent game after how bad the lane he had is big props to him and his farming patterns.
Yep, for sure, for sure. 4-2-3 has reclaimed his spot as one of the stronger cores in the match, and the UK now he knows about the smoke. Lilgun, who can they catch? They want to kill into a tower. This is the time when you want to use the exorcism, and I don't think you want to put the DK up front. The DK can die as well if Patriots aren't careful. But Lilgun, they don't find anything in a second. They just pull back. Yeah, you kind of don't want to jump the Grimstroke. If he gets at least one spell off and dies, the fight is still gonna be going pretty badly for you. So I'm kind of glad that Lilgun didn't go in there like madman. At least not seeing enough heroes on the map. It was definitely the right call.
It's like Patriots are getting ready for a smoke themselves. You've got the BKB on the low. Aghanim Shard completed on UK with max out Inkswell, so it's a lot of burst. Who's that main target they've got to kill off instantly to start the fight?
You want to kill one of the cores, so you don't want to kill a support right now. If you kill the Ursa, that's probably the ideal one, but the Mars, you're gonna be happy with them. Ember Spirit a little bit too hard to catch, I'd say. So whichever of the cores you catch.
Oh my. That was a wild waveform timing from Jikroy. Didn't know the speed was coming, just dodged it. I think he had enough strength to tank through the combo anyway, but that's Arena on cooldown. I wonder if they just try and brute force down this tower instead of getting a pick off.
Without the Arena, it's a tough one to fight for Lilgun. I actually think that the
mid
DK
lane, but
might be able
Mandai's
to
gonna be in
survive
trouble.
through
Instant pounds, 4-2-3 on top of the Dragon Knight. They're even going to control Dulu as well, so the Razor can't turn this fight around. Maybe with the Grimstroke showing up, they've got the Soulbind connection. Dulu's going to try and stand his ground, zapping away all the damage. And now with this in the arsenal, Dulu can turn it back onto their favor. As Lilgun, they actually want to take the fight, but look at the rip apart, the Death Prophet. Ace 12's killed off. Now Kisha can't stand his ground. He's going to get pushed up to the higher gun, but the Plasma Field secures a triple. And Delu showing how well he can perform on the offlane Razor.
You could see their numbers aren't everything. The Monkey King, he's like, I have a billion friends surrounding me there in the Wukong's command, and he jumps into the Razor and the Morphling. A really big mistake from him. But, you know, the fighter was already in a bad spot there for Lilgun, so maybe he was trying to set up something for the Ember Spirit so they can clean up. But Lilgun, you could see that they were missing the Arena there. They got the DK kill, and if they were able to protect the Ursa with the Arena, that actually could have been a solid fight. But, you know, without the Arena, with the Morphling and the
we might have another
Razor
fight break
coming
in,
it was a problem.
Lilgun, they only
it's
have
gonna
2
be a
heroes by the secret shop. Still target down 11. Now they can turn to Sanctity next. He doesn't get a remnant. He doesn't get a remnant out. Wasn't anticipating all the burst off the back of the double damage room from Jikroy. Oh no, Lilgun feeding more kills over to the side of Patriots.
Yeah, you just don't expect that kind of a damage from the Morphling. He had around 500 per hit, plus the Razor is zapping away your armor with the Eye of the Storm, and just surprised him so much. He was waiting for another Sleight of Fist to finish off UK. That was the thing that he was gunning for. He went to the backlines, destroyed the supports, but he just couldn't get the finish, and he was waiting for it, and that one more second was a bit too much for him, because Morphling just ripped him apart in a second. It's that's so unfortunate, you know.
Radiant's bottom
Lilgun,
tower is
they
under
go in, they could have traded 1-for-1, but they lose their Ember Spirit, which is a big deal
Radiant
for sure right
structures
now.
are fortified.
Let's see if they can go on
Radiant's
Oh, okay,
top
never mind.
tower
I was going to
is
say
under
Mantis on
attack.
cooldown. Maybe there's a bit of a opportunity for them to try and kill off the Morphling, but he's going to put the tower
Radiant's top tower
into
has
demolish mode, and now this is 7,000 net worth lead on Patriots, and they've got full map control now to set up for Roshan. If you take away second Roshan and Ursa lineup, that
fallen.
is
Are scanning.
very scary.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, we talked about it. Patriots, they want to be hunting, so if there's anyone now in the triangle, for now, luckily for Lilgun, they're not gonna be there. I understand the how scary this position is, but you have to go back there because of the Roche. So it's gonna be a smoke into smoke action.
But they'll get Kishka to start the fight. The rest of Radiant are converging on the area. 11's going to use an early arena, but there's no follow-up and there's no damage inside the combo. They'll even run into the second support as Ace 12 killed off with ease. Not even a heavy committal from Dire, is now with these two pickoffs that can fall back and get the Roche objective.
Now, Lilgun, they did manage to get the first Roche, but the second one is always the most important one. The first one you can sneak, you can play around it, you still have the towers to do something about it. When you get the second Roche,
Hang on, mid lane.
Mid lane?
Ember Spirit's going to be caught out.
Ember?
Among
He's
Dai
dead?
and UK, they want to clap. They won't get a high five. In fact, Sanctity D will just be EKB. And Rem there now. Oh, that was so close. Mamang Dai is getting a little bit ahead of himself, going for a high five before they finish the kill.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, if he had used that arm to slap the Ember, maybe it would have been enough of a damage. But he wanted to act cool, and it in the end they don't get the kill. But still, Roche goes your way. You force out another BKB charge. While this is happening, Patriots, they don't even push out the waves properly. The top lane is pushed in, the mid lane is pushed in. So
Radiant's
you can
middle tower
go
is
for
under
the
attack.
towers in the mid and the top lane, and we can see already that the
bottom
Grimstroke
tower
is
is
drawing
under
there. They
attack.
know that they're stronger. The only time when you push these towers before the bottom ones is when you know that your enemies cannot fight you. And Lilgun, they have to be careful. If they commit on the bottom tower, TPs could catch them off guard. Luckily for them, Patriots are not looking to fight right now.
With my thanks.
Defense. What are the items that
Radiant's
Lilgun are
top
going to
tower
need to
is
try and
under attack.
fight into this Aegis?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I think
Dire's bottom
it's
tower
not about
is
the
under
items,
attack.
it's about the initiation. You need to destroy the Morphling from 100 to 0, so it has to be a good spear with the Ursa dishing out the damage, and then you reset. So that is how you fight the Aegis. Of course, the BKB on the Ursa is gonna help, but it's gonna help him run away. It's not gonna help him kill the Morphling. So the initiation, the idea is still gonna be the same, and then if the enemies reinitiate, that's when your BKB comes into play.
Radiant's middle
The problem is they're
tower is
letting
under
these
attack.
towers
Middle
go.
tower has
If
fallen.
without the top tier 2, without the mid tier 2, you actually don't have a place to fight. Bottom lane tier 2 isn't that great because there's so many angles at which the side of Patriots can dive you. That's why the top towers are much harder to take, because there's only one angle from which they can dive. You can expect that and wait for them. Now Patriots with the Aegis, they can easily take the last tower, and then you can pretty much choose how you're gonna torture Lilgun until the end of this game.
Yeah, with the Morphling showing bot, Lilgun, they're going to try and get out the map. But they have the cliff wards, so Mamang Dai scouts out the Monkey King. And you can't even blow up the Dragonite. Mamang Dai, BKB Pop's going to move to the backline. Monkey King killed. 11 will join him in the grave. Arena does nothing as there is no follow-up inside this without the Ursa pouncing, and Patriots find 2 free kills.
Mind you, this is without the Morphling. The way that Lilgun, I would look at them win the fight is that they burst the Morphling from 100 to 0. That is the scary thing about the Morphling as a hero. That's why you need a Morphling expert, which Jacroy definitely is, to not allow himself to get bursted down. And look at the Ursa. He doesn't have the BKB just yet. This is most likely gonna be a kill between the DK and the 2 supports. Okay, okay. 4-3 gets out of there barely.
don't know how you blow up the Morphling though. Like he's got Lincoln's Manta, almost Skadi for stats. You've got a Glimmer Cape and the Ag Shard on UK, so you could just chuck multiple defensive things on him, and I don't know if they're gonna have the damage to pop him before like you get that hard dispel on the Ink Swell, a little bit of health back, so it's such a difficult position to be in. But there is always a way, I think, with the Mars. It's very similar to what we saw, you know, Team Spirit play with at TI with the Magnus on your high ground defense. You just push someone, force mobility, get them in a compromised position where you break the formation, pin them up to a tower or the barracks, and then hope you can go from there.
The thing is, Patriots now, with the advantage they have, they can push in all 3 lanes, and then they will have vision. If they have vision, they can be the ones that are jumping first. If they're jumping first, there's no bursting down the Morphling.
You gotta go before they get set up. Oh, what the hell?
Manta.
What was that Manta play, Jikroy? Oh, so perfect now with the backline, 4-2-3. But it's a BKB for a Grimstroke. And 4-2-3's in trouble now. Shock in a couple of seconds, he won't even make it to the high ground. Oh no, 4-2-3, no buyback available. Now they're swarming inside the base for more. There's Patriots, they will take out game 1. A very convincing game 1 at that.
Yeah, even with allowing the enemies to get that first Rosh, even though they had vision, even with giving them that Razor kill, that sequence of events that kind of gave a life back to the side of Lilgun, Patriots still dominate them. So Lilgun, that was one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen from Patriots, from anyone in this tournament. And they allowed so many things back to Lilgun, and they still win convincingly. Just goes to show that Lilgun aren't feeling themselves right now, and Patriots are... they did look quite solid in this one. There were a few mistakes. We can see that they are at the bottom of the standings for a reason, but they showed up strong here, and they showed that they're stronger than Lilgun. So I don't know what the problem is with Lilgun right now, but I would like them to pick a Brood. I would like them to pick the Lycan. If there was ever a time for you to pull out something that you know how to play around the entirety of your team, where to be, on which parts of the map, how to play, what to pick around it, it's right now. Because if you lose this 1-2, there is a good chance that Lilgun, we're just going to be saying goodbye to them from this tournament even before the playoffs start.
And this is concerning as well, because this is the 9th place team versus the tied 7th place, I believe. And honestly, I'd say that Patriots are probably one of the teams that you are putting in the category potentially being eliminated. So if Patriots 2-0 Lilgun, then that gives them such a massive advantage then to leapfrog over the Lilgun scorecard, put them really out of harm's way, and continues to put Lilgun further and further down in the group stage and the scorecard as well. But it's only map 1. We'll see what happens. Again, so far, we've casted 5 series, and all those series have been 2-0. We'll see if this is going to continue. We were both expecting this last series of the night to go 1-1, but Lilgun, they need to set themselves up with a solid draft and execute with that game. But we'll find out if they can do so after the break.